All right. Welcome to Dog Sports, aka Delusional or Generational Sports, where we'll be giving you sharp plays, our takes on sports these days, mostly the NFL, as we're in the heat of the season. I'm Carson Yancey. Over here in the top right, we've got Kyle Schmidt, aka Schmitty. Twitter tag Mad Money Bets, really creative. In the bottom right, we've got Ryan Kelly, aka R. Kelly. Twitter handle Ryan Kelly129. And then in the bottom left, we've got the sharp tilt with James Murata. Schmitty is a Jets fan, unfortunately. Ryan Kelly is also a Jets fan. Those are some downstate New York folks. And then we've got Tilt with James running from Buffalo, New York, as a Bills fan, soon to be a Broncos fan if he has to keep watching No Good Allen throw picks on the Eagles. And I myself am up in Syracuse, central New York. I'm a Patriots fan. It sucks to be me. I'm also a Chelsea fan. Ryan is a delusional Arsenal fan and a fraud. So we'll be giving you lots of picks: football, soccer, basketball, hockey, you name it, a little bit of baseball, even though I could not hit a softball pitch. So we'll get started here. Any of you guys have anything to say?
No, I think we're good.
Nothing
I think
to
we
say.
should just
All
jump right into it.
Yeah, I first want to address, we're 1-1 so far on the Twitter. Follow us, Dog Sports. That's capital D, period, O, period, D, period, all caps sports. We are 1-1. Tony Pollard sold. Again, a fraud. I can't believe Dak overthrew him, but I mean, it blows my mind he couldn't score a touchdown on the porous Chargers defense. It blows my mind, but we did hit big last night with Connor McDavid and the Oilers. That was, I don't know, did you guys watch that game? That was kind of a joke.
Blowout.
They
time
kind of
for them to get right. Time for them to get right. Start scoring goals.
The Edmonton Oilers are legit, but for this week, we're talking about the NFL slate coming up. So let's start with Thursday night, Jags Saints. I know R. Kelly feels pretty strongly about this one.
Well, actually, it's changed a little. I've been
What's
doing a little research. Carr doesn't look too healthy. Neither does Olave. But I still my pick for that game is personally the over. I think both teams are going to be able to score. I think the Jags defense has been playing way better than they actually are. And I think both teams are going to score a lot. I personally am going to take the Jags money line, even though I don't want to take it. I think it's the right play.
The Jags are the play.
Unfortunately, I think they are the play.
Unfortunately. Are you a Chris Olave fan?
Nope. I actually don't like the Saints. I thought they were the pick, and then I just find out these injuries are occurring. I just don't know how they're going to score enough to beat the Jags.
Derek Carr is possibly the second worst quarterback in the NFL behind Zach
That's
Jones.
such a hot take. That is such a hot take.
He behind Zach Jones, I really truthfully think Derek Carr is one of the last quarterbacks I would want on my team. Tilt with James seems like he's got.
I'm also leaning on the Jaguars this upcoming Thursday night. I'm not taking them. That's not my play. I'm going to ride with Ryan here, and I'm going to take the over 39.5 at minus 115 odds. I think that's great.
Yep,
I think the Jags can put up 30-plus themselves against this Saints team. The Saints haven't done anything impressive for me. I mean, they smoked the Patriots, but who can't smoke the Patriots? So I think it's a no-brainer. I don't see how the Saints are even favored in this matchup, if I'm being honest.
It blows my mind. It blows my mind.
It really does. Yeah, I don't know. What is it? Are they 3-point favorites? Was that it?
No,
I think they're -1.
The line dropped to 1.
Okay.
So. I think that's because of the injuries, but I still don't know. Well, Carr has been limited, but he's been practicing, and Olave has been really limited. So I think that's why the line has dropped. But
what is Olave limited with? What's his injury?
Still confused on why the Jags aren't favored, which is why my pick personally was the over, just like James said. But I would be skeptical of either money line.
I just don't see how Trevor Lawrence, the answer can lose this game. Like, it's a must win. Like, they have to win this game to build momentum or to keep the momentum going, or else they're going to be a joke. You know, like, if you lose to the Saints, you're a joke, and my team is a joke, unfortunately. 34-0. I mean,
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
I agree. I got the
But it
Jags
seems
money
like
line, too.
everyone's riding the over.
Yeah, and the
The
Saints
over
are coming
as well.
off the loss to the Texans.
I think they're going to come out playing well.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the
Motivated.
Jaguars here and the over. I think that's all I have to say about that game.
Derek Carr's shoulder injury. Pick City.
Yeah. We'll see. Okay, next game on my docket here. I am very glad I have something to do at 1:00 on Sunday. I unfortunately won't be able to watch the Pats get absolutely steamrolled by the Bills, although I won't be betting on it because for some reason Bill does own, I think he partially owns the Bills or something because he has a lot of.
He didn't win once last year.
I have no idea the Pats could come out and win for no reason because that's just what they do. And I'm going to stay away because if Mac Jones rotted, I wouldn't care. I hate him and he's the worst ever. And I'm on the Bailey Zappi train. Or they can just tank and get Caleb Williams. But
They have Malik Cunningham.
What'd you say?
They have Malik Cunningham. You see the press conference?
I
Bill likes
like
him.
Malik Cunningham, Bailey Zappi, like they all are not the answer. And Mac Jones is certainly the worst quarterback in the NFL. And does anyone think there's a worse quarterback in the NFL than Mac Jones? Because as a Patriots fan, maybe I was spoiled by Tom Brady, but he is so fucking bad. Like, he is fucking awful. Like, he doesn't take risks. He's no good. And while I think Josh Allen is also a fraud, he's light years better.
I think it's very similar to the Jets situation prior to the past couple of games. They don't let Mac Jones air it out, which is what he did in college, which is what he was used to doing in college with receivers like Waddle and Devontae Smith. And now they want to ground and pound with Ramondre and with Zeke, and it's not the offense he wants to run. Which leads me into which
they made the playoffs.
They made the playoffs, but he was limited the whole year. They were running the ball. When they beat the Bills, they ran the ball the whole time. It was cold weather. Like, he's limited passing. They don't want him.
So the line, R. Kelly is frozen in the bottom of my screen. They made the line. The line is -8.5. Oh my God, R. Kelly.
I just was completely gone. I was completely gone.
It's Bills -8.5.
I love the play.
I think that's
-115 on FanDuel. My personal lean, which I am going to take personally, is the Bills over 24.5 team points this weekend. I think that Josh is a lot better. I think he has to play better. I think the doubters are getting to him. I think that's why he was a little emotional in the post-game press conference against the Giants on Sunday. And I just think he's going to come out better. He's going to come out sharp. I think he's going to come out throwing the ball. And I think that it's going to overwhelm the Patriots. And they're not going to be
you're a Bills fan. James is a Bills fan. What do you think? I mean, the over set at 41, that seems kind of low for the Bills, although they did put up a stink dud against, 14 points against the Giants is a dud in my book. What's the deal? What do you think? You're a Bills fan.
So I'm thinking that over line is basically there for one reason, right? And it's because the Patriots offense is depleted, okay? They don't know who their starting quarterback's going to be. They're running out of options here. Belichick is a defeated man in every press conference I've watched. The Bills are going to go into Gillette Stadium, and I believe the final score will be something like 28-3. Yeah, so give me Bills -8.5. Give me first half -5.5.
Yep.
And give me all of Mac Jones unders, even if he's playing. It might be Malik Cunningham this week. Who knows? Because this guy stinks.
I think that the only chance the Patriots have is the new lighthouse has to throw Josh off. It's got to, Bill set it up, architected it so the wind would throw Tyler Bass off his game and fucking trash Allen. Maybe he'll throw some picks. Who knows? But Yeah, I'm not excited for it. Like I'm not excited for it at all.
It'll probably be over pretty quickly.
Well,
I think
the
it'll be very.
first half will probably be
you're gonna
between
do
15 and 21-point lead for the Bills, and it won't stop.
It's like I'm terrified, and I was so confident going into the Saints, and now I'm terrified going into Buffalo and watching Tom Brady for a decade, over a decade, 2 decades almost. I was never scared going to Buffalo, and now I am. But actually talking about it makes me want to throw up and go cry in my bed. So we're gonna move on. Browns Colts. I couldn't care less about this game. I love the Colts. I think that people, suckers like Schmidt, are gonna say, "Oh, the Browns just beat San Francisco. Like they're gonna win. That's gonna be a breeze." PJ Walker is the answer. Wrong. I think Gardner Minshew comes in, absolute slinging animal, and throws for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns, and they win. We'll see though.
Which is why my personal play is the over 40. I think that the Browns defense played so well last week. I don't think they're going to play as well this week. I think Minshew is underrated as a quarterback. He can throw the ball. I think Jonathan Taylor is going to play better. I think Zach Moss is a good enough running back to get it done also. And I think the game is going to go well over 40.
Dude, Zach Moss, like what's the deal with him? He
I think they're going to be splitting carries.
What is that line? What is that? Like, why is he good?
I think he's always been a decent player. It's just teams haven't used him well. Like it just really depends on where you go. Like DeAndre Hopkins used to be really good too, and now he just sucks because he's on the Titans.
Bro, he didn't he crack triple digits a couple weeks ago?
I haven't heard on NFL Red Zone one time about DeAndre Hopkins all year. I used to hear his name 12 times a day.
Yeah, he should have been a Patriot, and then he could rot with Mac Jones, but instead he chose to rot with Ryan Tannehill.
I do agree with you, Carson, though. I think it is a trap game for the Browns, which is why I'm laying off either spread or money line. I just kind of want to take the points.
The over-under is 40.
Yep.
I think I got this game all figured out. All right. Right. So the Colts are coming off a loss to the Jaguars, right?
Yep.
And we have the Browns at the Colts. Anthony Richardson missing. He's done for the season. It's unfortunate. I actually love the guy. I think if he was in, they have a good chance to maybe even make the playoffs. Right. Gardner Minshew is not the answer. Browns minus 2.5 is almost a charity cause. I mean, if Deshaun Watson comes back and goes into Indianapolis, it's going to be a massacre. You talk highly of Amari Cooper.
I love him.
What do they got? Jerome Ford, Kareem Hunt. I mean, it's all coming together nice and slowly. I think the Colts are a free matchup for this Browns team. They just came off a win with their backup quarterback against the powerhouse of 49ers, and now they're going into Indianapolis to play Gardner Minshew. Give me the Browns minus 2.5 all day long.
And you sound like every other bettor in America who is going to lose money.
Hey, maybe the square play hits. The square plays have been working this year, so
we'll see. The public has been profitable this year so far. I love the Browns here.
The public knows nothing, but the over/under set at 40. I don't know what I don't care. I won't be watching, and I don't even want to watch Deshaun. I mean, he's washed. I think he's kind of washed. He's lucky he has a fucking stud like Amari Cooper, who literally big boys people every week, and the Cowboys' worst move of all time was getting rid of him because you know how I feel about him. He is a
Amari Cooper doesn't compare to CeeDee Lamb though.
No. I mean, I don't know. They're different.
And they couldn't have coexisted because they both would have had to have gotten paid. So I think it was worth the stuff that they got in return.
Yeah, I don't know. But next game, Washington Giants at Giants in New Jersey. R. Kelly's home, New Jersey. I don't know what to do. Someone else talk. I don't know what to think about this shit.
Personally, I think Washington's defense is really good. I think the G-men did show me something on Sunday Night Football against Josh Allen. I think both defenses are really solid. I love the under in the game, and I also my play is the first half under 19.5 points. I don't think there's going to be 3 touchdowns in the first half. I think there's no way. I think the G-men come out hot after their loss. And I think Washington is also playing well, but I think the G-men are going to have enough defense to not let them score touchdowns. So personally, I just don't like teams scoring this game. It's a divisional matchup. They know each other well. Coaches know each other. I don't see a lot of points being scored in this game. But, like, if I have to take a side, I do like Washington. Washington's been more consistent all year. So,
well, you are a huge Daniel Jones fan, though.
I think if Daniel Jones comes back, I think Washington spread is the freest thing I've ever seen. I think they're playing inspired under Tyrod, which I understand. Tyrod. What?
Is there even a question of Daniels coming back this week?
Honestly, I don't even.
The question would be,
know.
Do they keep
I don't even know or care because I don't think that they're going to be able to score with Daniel Jones or with Tyrod, who played his heart out last week and lost. So I think that their offense is no good. I think Saquon is not healthy or good enough to get through that Commanders defense with consistency. So what do you think, James?
James, you watch Tyrod in his prime and the Bills. Are you a big Tyrod fan or supporter or what?
Yeah, I mean, Tyrod came back to Highmark Sunday night, and I stood up and I clapped for him. I love the guy.
Yeah.
Nothing bad to say about Tyrod. I don't know. I mean, if I'm the Giants, does it really matter who you keep in at quarterback at this point in the season, or do you just tank? Because they can't win a game. They barely beat the Cardinals.
The problem with that is they just paid Daniel Jones. So what are they going to do with a top 2 or 3 pick? Are they going to take Marvin Harrison with a useless quarterback, or are they going to take Caleb Williams or Drake May and have him sit for 2 or 3 years? Like,
there's no way they give up.
I think Caleb Williams and Drake May are both day 1 starters next year with whoever they go to.
And the Giants could definitely pick one of them up.
I'm just a big advocate of, like, Daniel Jones. Like, anyone can stand in and do what Daniel Jones does, have completely average games, like, average stats, run the ball a little bit. Like, 50% of quarterbacks now can run. Like, anyone, if they, like, Tyrod can stand in there and throw for 180 yards, maybe a touchdown, and, rush for 50 yards. Like, anyone, like, I don't see the value in Daniel Jones, but I would take him on the Patriots any day of the week because Mac Jones is first. So I don't understand. But so, I mean, I like the under.
He's getting paid a lot. Like,
Daniel Jones signed a nice.
He's getting paid a lot to fuck.
I mean,
yep.
Joe Burrow got paid a lot too, and he hasn't the season everybody expected. So,
and to be fair, I mean, Daniel Jones had an above average season last year, so you can't count him out right now. He had an above average season last year. The Giants did somewhat deep, but as of right now, I think the Giants are basically considered a broken team, right down there with the Broncos and the rest of the shitters.
They're a poverty franchise,
right? And the
Commanders, they're definitely not a poverty franchise, but they're definitely having.
But in the matchup against the Commanders are trying to break the 500 mark. They're 3-3. I don't think they're going to come into New York lightly. I think they're going to come into play, and I think they're going to win by more than 2.5 points. So I'm going to take the Commanders spread.
Yeah, I would like to see more out of Chase Young, but I mean, honestly, it's 2 horrid teams that I don't want to watch. So who cares? The real game, though, and I'm excited about this one: Lions, Ravens. Little preview. Baltimore -3. Love it. Over under 42. Yeah, there he is. There's your Bills fans. Welcome to Buffalo. So this game, 12. There's 12 Pro Bowlers on the field. It's on Fox, which is always electric. And the Ravens, I heard this today. They are the number 1 ranked defense against the deep ball. So I don't know. Look at that as over in receptions because they're throwing short passes for I don't know, like a Josh Reynolds or something. The only chance the Lions have at keeping this game close is if Lamar plays poorly, which I don't see happening in Baltimore. I mean, I'd love to see a big game out of OBJ. It won't happen because everything I say, it goes the opposite way. But I would love to see it, and I think the Ravens are. It's it blows my mind how free this is. Like it's Ravens spread Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Like 100%. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, I completely agree with you. I mean, I think it's the Ravens. I think it's the Ravens team total over 22.5. I mean, I don't know how this Lions team is going to stop them. Lamar runs all over the field. He may not be the best thrower, but I really do think the Lions have been playing out of their mind. I think TV is now giving them all this coverage. I think it gets to their head. I think that the Ravens will stomp them out this weekend by 10+. And I think they'll get a reality check. But I do think it's going to be a tough game for Goff. He's got to go to Baltimore. Baltimore is known to be a scary place to play, just like Cleveland is. And I think it's going to be a lot of pressure on the Ravens to win this game just because the Browns played so well last week against the 49ers and gave Purdy his first loss. I think the Bengals are playing well compared to the beginning of the season. The Steelers are a shitter. I mean, Kenny Pickett's broken, just like I know my friend James thinks. But I think it's the Ravens. I really do.
Schmidt, I'll let you get your take in on this before I go crazy.
I'm gonna have to go with the fucking Lions here. Honestly, I think the Ravens are actually dog shit.
Wow.
They barely. They lost to the Colts. I guess Anthony Richardson is in. I mean, it's a different game in all in that aspect. But they blew out the Browns. The Browns are a dog shit team. I mean, they beat the Bengals. The Bengals are not doing well in the beginning of the season. I mean, they lose to the Steelers. It's a divisional matchup.
Yeah. Who loses to the Steelers and you're taking their -3 against a 5-1 team?
I love the -3. I think it's the freest thing I've ever seen on FanDuel. Besides the Jets make the playoffs.
I don't understand. I mean,
I have seen
the Lions are the top 5 team in the NFL. The Ravens aren't even up there. I don't see how. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I'm gonna go with play it safe here. I'm going with the Lions +3.
I think Harbaugh is a better coach. I think Dan Campbell's a motivator. Like Tomlin, I think he's a motivator. I don't think that they are going to win this game. I don't think Amon-Ra is going to be catching deep balls. I don't think Reynolds is going to be catching deep balls. And I don't think that Laporta is ready for a defense who's going to hit him and hit him hard.
Wait, +3 is such a soft take. Like, just if you're all in on them, just rip their money line. Like
I understand
that too. Well, I'll be doing that too. I'm talking against the spread here. +3. Obviously, it's hitting. This team put up 10 points against the Steelers. I mean, are you serious? 10 points against the Steelers?
Who's their longtime rival who they play twice a year?
They got barely
lost to the Colts in overtime. I've seen Lamar Jackson make terrible mistakes all season long. They are going to lose at home to Detroit. 4-3 Ravens. Next game.
Great.
All I needed to hear was Stephen A. say the best team in the NFL is the Lions over every team. Number 1 out of 32. Give me the Ravens spread.
I can't even begin to understand why you would not. I looked into a crystal ball and saw Lamar absolutely embarrassing Hutchinson, probably go down with an ankle injury. Lamar throws 2 touchdowns, might even rush for 2 touchdowns. He'll just be an absolute menace. And
the first time I saw Lamar play good all season was in London.
London is a tough place to play.
He's been terrible up to London.
London is tough.
Yeah,
and
terrible.
Jared Goff doesn't go into Baltimore with anything but shaking in his fucking boots. He is going to be a shitter. They're no good. And the Lions are a fraud. Like they will make the playoffs. They, depending on the matchup, maybe they win a game and then they rot and lose and good night. Like good night to Detroit. They are probably the worst franchise in NFL history. And it will continue to be that way. And I wish them luck. Like I love Amon-Ra. Like I love Josh Allen.
Great receiver.
I hate Jared Goff. He's playing great. Is Jahmyr Gibbs playing? Is he not playing?
Jahmyr Gibbs is questionable. But honestly,
they have no running game. No running game without Montgomery. Gibbs is unproven. But I do love Goff. Love Goff. I think going to Detroit saved his career. I think that he will do very well for the next 5, maybe 8 years there. I really do. But I do not see them going into Baltimore and beating a tough, hard-nosed Ravens team.
We'll have to see. Well,
there you have it. Two it's against split. 2. Also,
what do we got? One more game for the 1 o'clock slate, yeah?
Yeah. Raiders, Bears. My take, okay, it's Las Vegas -3, 37.5 for the over-under. I don't know about that. I don't know. I know they haven't been good. I know they haven't been good, but I don't see Devontae not having a big game. He's due for one. I don't know the deal. What's the deal with the quarterback situation?
It's Brian Hoyer.
No.
It is. He's the starter. Brian Hoyer. Pull your faith in Brian Hoyer in the Windy City. Give me the Bears +3. Give me the under. It's fucking free. The Bears will win this game outright. They will win this game. Justin Fields will play well. DJ Moore will have a day. It will be the Bears' time to shine. The Raiders have no hope. Max Crosby, overrated. And that's it.
Max Crosby, overrated. Did that just come out of your mouth? I think, while I know we were just talking about the Lions, but I think right behind TJ Watt sits Max Crosby, who doesn't get enough recognition because TJ Watt is such an absolute animal. I've never seen something like TJ Watt in my life.
I just don't think he's a game ender like TJ Watt. I don't think
he ended the game for the Patriots last week.
Well, the Patriots are no good, Carson. The Patriots are one of the worst teams in the league right now, if not the worst.
I will say, Max Crosby is obviously he's good, right? We all know he's good. I've seen him play this season. He's an animal. But for the Raiders to even be in a contest with the Patriots is all I have to see by itself. The Bears beat the Commanders by what, 20?
Yep.
Yeah, so and now they're playing at home. I think Fields is looking to find his stride here. I don't think he's quite done with the season yet. He has the weapons needed. I don't think Brian Hoyer or Jimmy G, for that matter, can really get it done. I don't see it happening.
I don't think either starting quarterback can beat the Bears in Chicago. I don't see it happening. Chicago will be hyped up for the game. I don't think Brian Hoyer will probably have a stat line of 148 passing yards, 0 touchdown passes, and 3 picks.
I watched him suck ass on the Patriots for a very long time, but at the end of the day, he's a quarterback in the National Football League. Throw it in the direction of Devontae Adams. These receivers, I'm sorry for getting off topic. These receivers are getting so underutilized this year. Okay, Diggs had 10 receptions, but it was still I don't know why they were 10 non-meaningful possessions. Catches. And Devontae's getting underutilized. We're not seeing Jamar from afar. The only person being utilized fully is Amon-Ra St. Brown, and the Lions are winning.
And Tyreek Hill.
And Tyreek, obviously, he's a different breed. I don't get why you don't just throw it. There are exceptions, but Devontae can play any slot, wide. He can do anything. Throw it to him, please. Las Vegas, make me money. I can't possibly watch my fantasy team suffer because Devontae has 3 catches for 48 yards again. It blows my mind. But that being said, the trend is showing the Bears, but fuck the trends. Anyways, next game, Falcons-Bucks, and I know that my boy Tilt with James is all over Desmond Ridder with me. Desmond Ridder, I don't understand. For one drive, he looks like, early Zach Wilson or first-year Josh Allen, and then he'll throw an absolute laser beam, through triple coverage and look like Tom Brady. I don't know if he's Tom Brady or if he's Brian Hoyer. He shapeshifts on the field. 3 touchdowns, 300 yards, and 2 interceptions, I think, was his line his stat line. What is that? What is Desmond Ritter's deal? Like, I know James has a take on Dez.
Yeah. Last week, I mean, man, I really don't know. I agree with everything you said there, and I'm not so sure that the Falcons can just go into Tampa with Ritter and win outright. Like, they have the weapons. They really do. They have Pitts, they have Drake London, they have Bijan Robinson in the backfield. It's just a matter of like if this team can really find chemistry. Because when they do, I think they're good. And I think they definitely have a chance. But that being said, the Bucs have looked strong in some matchups. They've looked weaker in others. In this game, I'm leaning on the Falcons spread, and it's more of a lean. I'm not confident in it, but give me the Falcons spread, and that's about it for this matchup.
So Tampa Bay -2.5. So, for me personally, anything less than 3, I'm typically taking. I'm just going money line. I don't know. Like, I never like. How often does a team only win by 2? Like, very rare.
It's not that uncommon, but I mean, I don't think it's really going to be that much of a question in this game. I think it's going to be Baker and the boys.
Baker and the boys? Baker's no good.
I think Baker is good enough to get it done with his solid wide receivers, and I really do think the Bucs defense is underrated. I think they're good enough to contain Bijan. I don't think Desmond Ridder is going to be able to go to Tampa Bay and get it done because that's what Todd Bowles is going to do. He's going to say, Desmond Ridder, here's the game, beat us, and I don't believe he's going to do that. So that's why I think it's very fair to take the Bucs -2.5. I think it won't really be a sweat. I think Baker may be even out of the game in the fourth quarter.
Schmidt, I know you're a Mike Evans fan, as am I. Having watched Brady throw lasers to him.
I'm going to agree with Ryan there, honestly. I got the Bucs. I mean,
you got the Bucs?
They've been showing themselves. I mean, they take out the Saints, crushed the Saints earlier in the season. I mean, I guess that doesn't really mean much, but I would say the defense is arguably a top 10 defense. I mean, with those weapons, even though Baker is not the best, I can't see the Falcons taking it out. I'm going to take the -2.5 for the Bucs.
Would you take Baker Mayfield on the Jets over Zach Wilson?
No. I think they're forming Zach to what he needs to be. I think if Baker went in, he'd want to do too much, which is not what we need. And I think that they can do well enough in the next 8 to 10 weeks until Rodgers hopefully returns, like he's saying he is, where they can get to positive over 500 or stay around 500 and give us a chance to go to the playoffs. I think that the AFC West is going to beat each other up. I think the AFC East is going to beat each other up. And the AFC North with the atrocities of the Steelers, the Browns, the Ravens, and the Bengals are going to beat each other up. So I think 9-8 gets us in the playoffs. I really do. I think 9-8 will get us to 17. And I would love to go to Miami or go to Buffalo and see a third time with either of those teams. I think they win. I think they win big. It's no sweat. And then they lose an Arrowhead just like usual. So
I was waiting for that. I was going to bring up Arrowhead. I don't know. I can't possibly bet against Mike Evans.
I love the Bucs here. I love the Bucs.
I just don't know what version of Desmond Brady Ritter we are going to get. Like, is he going to put up a shitter and be terrible, or is he going?
It might just be a fade for you. It might just be a fade of a game for you.
Like, I'll just take Mike Evans to score a touchdown, call it a day, and when it doesn't happen, I'll drown my sorrows in cream soda. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. I can't even think about it. Like, I don't know. I don't want to know. All right. I'm excited about this one. I live with a Steelers fan. If you ask him, he will say Kenny Pickett. Can we just say, by the way, I don't know if you guys know any Steelers fans, but Pittsburgh has the most delusional fan base. I really do think that in the whole world. Like, this kid will not say anyone is the best quarterback in the league other than Kenny Pickett, which is so far from true. I mean, he's a huge step up from Mac Jones, but Danger Russ is a step up for Mac Jones. Like, what does that say about Kenny Pickett? So it's Rams -3 is the line. 44 is the over-under. I love the under. I mean, the Ravens are a high-powered offense, and so the Steelers don't score.
The Rams.
I know. I'm saying the Ravens are a high-powered offense, and they put up 10 points on, the Steelers. So I don't, the Rams will go in and I think they'll win, but do I see them putting up more than 21 points? No. I think their offense has a lot of work to do. And at the end of the day, the Steelers, Kenny Pickett, I don't know if it's possible for him to crack 20 points, and it's set at 44. Like, I don't think there is enough offense in this game other than, like, Cooper Kupp and George Pickens are the only two real weapons, that threaten this. But Cooper Kupp is going to have his one touchdown and his 150 million yards, and George Pickens is going to have some crazy breakaway play. And the final score is going to be, maybe 21-14 and Rams win. 44 is crazy. I don't know who's making these lines. They should retire. What is 44? I mean,
personally, I lean with the under also. I think Stafford isn't mobile enough to get away from TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith, who's the other one. The other DN on the team. But I think he is good enough to aerate the ball and get the ball quick enough out to score. So I do lean with the Rams also, like you. I don't see the Rams defense being bad enough to let the Steelers win this game. I really don't.
No.
Because for the Steelers to win, I think you kind of have to give them the game.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't. Pittsburgh has some impressive wins, but I think that's probably because TJ Watt is so outrageously good that he, there's no quarterback is safe, and I will tell you, Matt Stafford, who is phenomenal, don't get me wrong, but he stands no chance. I mean, I think no chance, meaning he won't put up enough points to crack this over, and Kenny Pickett, Tiny Hands Pickett fraud will never put up enough points to crack this over. I don't know, and the Steelers will keep it close and lose as they do week in and week out. They'll keep it close, low scoring, bore me to sleep, and then lose. Like it's written. Tilt with James. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of interest in watching this game.
No.
I don't like the Rams. I don't like the Steelers. From what I've seen, the Steelers have a broken offense. Their quarterback is not who they thought he should be. He's not living up to it. He cannot be trusted with the star receivers that he has. I mean, you have George Pickens. Who's the other one? He's hurt.
Deontay Johnson's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt. He can't even be trusted when he's out there. He's an interception machine.
He can't catch a fucking cold, Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, no. And I think the Rams, they have cutback. That's their main weapon. I don't think the Steelers can really contain them, even with Watt. I have Rams -3, and I have the Steelers losing potentially by 14+ points. So I might take the odds for the Rams because I'm really low on the Steelers. They have a terrible run game. Najee Harris just sucks.
He's awful.
I can't name one good thing about the Steelers except fucking TJ Watt. I can't.
Buddy, Najee Harris played with Mac Jones, and Mac Jones foul stench and game rubbed off on, he left it behind in the locker room, and on Najee's way out, he picked some of it up, and he's a garbage plate. And while Mac Jones, what'd you say?
He's a terrible running back.
He runs straight up and down.
He's awful. He's just bad right now. I mean, and I like him. He's a cool guy, but he's just not playing up to his potential right now. I don't think. Why would that change next week when they go into the Rams state? It's not going to change. Okay,
it's not going to change. I agree.
It won't. It won't. And I like the under too, kind of. I kind of like the under. What is it again? 44.
44. Like why? Why is that so? Why is that game 44? And we have a 37.5 for Raiders Bears. Why do people think
Yeah.
maybe I'm being trapped like a fucking raccoon right now, but I don't know. It's going to be a
I like
gross.
the Rams -3, and that's about it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Schmidt?
I can't hear Schmidt.
Neither can I.
I mean, I'm going with the Rams -3. I feel like you said, Najee Harris. They keep putting him as a starter, even though Jalen Warren has been like producing way more. I mean, the guy gets you give Najee Harris a power right, he gets caught up in the backfield immediately. You give Jalen Warren the ball, he gets a first down. I mean, I think that the Steelers, their defense gives them opportunity to win the game. I mean, if you put like a real quarterback back there, I could see them pulling out games. But as of right now, Kenny Pickett is. I don't think he's the answer for them, and I'm gonna have to go with the Rams spread there for that game.
Yeah. So consensus is Rams destroy Pittsburgh. My roommate's gonna kill me, but
They may have to be the group. They may have to be the group send right there.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it too. I don't see anything wrong with it.
That could be our lock. That could be the dog
Spread.
sports lock.
There's another one. There's another one at the 4 o'clock.
We should lock it in right now.
There's another one.
Okay.
I don't know if Carson will be riding with me and James with another 4 o'clock game coming up, but
no.
Let's just lock in the Rams -3 as the group pick right now because the Steelers are not scoring a point.
I agree. I'm with the Rams. I love the Rams
here. Lock it in right now. The Steelers are not scoring a point.
I love it. I mean, I have not loved anything more than when they took the McRib off the menu at McDonald's. I love that a little bit more. That's about it. Next game, we'll lock it in. The Los Angeles Rams take a steamer, on Pittsburgh and send them home crying. Seattle, Arizona. Seattle -8. That feels like a trap to me. Although I'll let James cover this one because James thinks he is Geno Smith or at least related to him.
Hold on. All right. So I only have one play and it's not a spread. So I'll give the spread to someone else, but I'll start it off and just add in some context here. So Joshua Dobbs is just great. I get nothing. Joshua Dobbs, he's been playing good. He runs the ball. He's got great pocket presence. He knows what he's doing. He looks better than any Kyler Murray that I've seen for the most part. I believe Kyler is questionable now. So we could see Kyler in this matchup. I don't really care.
I love the Cardinals even more if Kyler plays.
Yep. And we've all seen the Cardinals play up to competition. They beat the Cowboys, right? They're not a bad team. I think a lot of points will be scored in this matchup. And that's why I am taking the over 44.5. I might even take the alt over 49.5. And I'm leaning on the Cardinals spread. I don't know about you guys, but I like the over.
So personally, I'm riding with James aggressively on the over. I love the over. I think both teams are going to be able to score. I don't really think it's going to be a problem with scoring. But my sharp play is the Cardinals first half plus 5.5. I think they may be winning the game or be down a field goal at halftime. I think the Cardinals could pull it out in Seattle. I don't know if they will. I definitely think they'll cover the spread for the first half. I don't know what's going to happen in the second half. Pete Carroll seems to go into that locker room, figure it out with Geno, and they get it done in the second half. But that first half, I think it's going to be all Cardinals, and I love the spread.
At the end of the day, the Seahawks defense is not bad, but they're not good. I mean, they held the poverty Bengals to, whatever it was, 17 points, whatever it was. And, at the end of the day, while he stinks, it is Joe Shiesty. If you can hold Joe Shiesty to 17 points, you are decent at defense. But again, they suck. And I think Kenneth Walker has a big day. I love Kenneth Walker, by the way. This man, it seems like, came out of absolute nowhere and was just a stud. Like, I drafted him fantasy this year. Like, oh yeah, like hopefully no one gets hurt or I have to put Kenneth Walker in. Like, I know he's good sometimes. The man puts up over 20 points, it seems like, every week. I think he'll run all over Arizona. However, I don't think that'll be enough to win, but I do, I don't know if that'll be enough to beat Arizona, but I do love the over. Let's get football back going with some high scoring games. It's just a disgrace how football has been going with the 17 to 12 games. Like no one's
the unders are like 68% this season or something like that. Like,
yeah, I mean it's a disgrace. I don't know. Schmidt, what do you think about the spread though?
Well, personally, I think the Cardinals are a dog shit team. I mean,
I agree.
I guess in the NFL, any team could win. They did beat the Cowboys, but I mean, it's always a question with the Cowboys, in my opinion, with Dak. But in my opinion, I think the Seahawks are going to take it home. I do like his first half pick, Ryan's first half take plus 5.5. But at the end of the game, I think that Geno may have a pick or two, but I think they're going to pull it out. It might be a close game, but I think the Seahawks are going to pull it out. I'd take their money line there.
Geno's legit. I mean, yeah,
I think he'll survive his whole career. But
like Geno's not Patrick Mahomes, and he might not even be Brock Purdy, but the man takes risks and it works out. I mean, granted, he's throwing to DK Metcalf, who is literally the size of a semi truck, and it's hard to miss DK Metcalf, but he fits in balls to fucking Tyler Lockett. Yeah. It's crazy. There's no way this game doesn't hit the over, and if it doesn't, it's rigged. I don't know, but anyways,
I mean, they should have beat the Bengals last week. I mean, Geno did lose in the game, but pretty much.
Yeah, they should have beat the Bengals last week. I agree.
Next game, we love it. We love it.
Jason, I love it, baby.
Rocky Mountain High, Green Bay comes into Denver.
Come on, baby.
Green Bay -1 is so I thought that Green Bay would be favored by more so that Danger Russ could come and not shit the bed for 1 week. Over under 45. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if Danger Russ is back to the 20, 30 point games that he maybe used to be able to. And Jordan Love is literally Desmond Ridder 2.0 Walmart version. So I don't know. This is a big week for Danger Russ. I know it's not a pivotal moment of the season, but Danger, prove to me that you're not, a garbage can. Prove to me you can throw a football and make me money. I don't know.
I think he's in danger of not being the quarterback for the Broncos next year. So I personally think it's all Denver. Give me the money line. It's plus odds. It's free, I think. And my lean of the game is the Broncos over 22.5 points. I think they score. I think they score at least 2 touchdowns in the game, maybe 3. I think it goes well over 22.5. And I don't think Jordan Love is ready to go to Mile High where he's never played before, unless he was on the bench behind Aaron Rodgers. And I think it's just going to be a game where they have to prove themselves. I think, Denver needs to come out and win this game, and I think they're going to do it. I think
it's all about Denver, and maybe we even see a little bit of Cortland Sutton on the way. Where is he? Is he? Where is he?
Last week they talked about how Jerry Jeudy's not even a top 50 receiver after the game, calling him mid and everything else. Maybe he goes off for 170 yards this week.
I know Jerry Jeudy. I think I was driving through Syracuse and I saw him and George Kittle napping on the side waiting for the train during Sunday's games. I don't think George Kittle played. I think that he is a hologram on the field sometimes. And Jerry Jeudy, cut him a break. Danger Russ is throwing to him. But it seems like it's all about Denver on Sunday. I love it. Murata, what do you love? Do you love it?
Yeah, that's my game of the day.
You're a Broncos fan.
I love Russell Wilson, but this is totally unbiased. This is my favorite game of the day, even over the Bills game. I love seeing Russ play in Denver. I think this is a severely undervalued team. They have great receivers. They have a great backfield. I don't give a fuck. They do. They have a great backfield. Their quarterback he's won Super Bowls. He's good. They need to catch their stride, and it starts this week against the Packers. Jordan Love. What has Jordan Love done? He's
my fantasy quarterback.
He's your fantasy. He's not great, right? You don't really want him.
I don't know what to think of Jordan Love.
Broncos money line at plus 100 odds. I think that's a 2-unit play, and I also like over 45. I think the Broncos could put up 30 plus themselves if they really want to. Russ is throwing for well over 300, I believe, in 2 or 3 games this season. I think he's going to do that on Sunday in Denver. I think it's going to be a great game. I think the Broncos win.
Schmidt, you're a Jets fan. Would you take Danger Russ over Zach Wilson right now, just for this season?
I mean, personally, though, Russell Wilson could have practically lost in that game. I mean, Zach Wilson threw the pick there at the end of the game. He's rolling into the pocket, Russell Wilson. He doesn't have ball control. You saw after the game, coach screaming at him, "Why don't you just throw it away?" I think he's a little startled. I don't think he's not used to having not a good defense and making more opportunities for them. Broncos defense, what on paper sounds good. Meanwhile, they're letting up 70 points against the Dolphins. I think that Jordan Love is not a bad quarterback. I mean, I think you've seen areas where he's excelled, and you could see how he's been mentored by Rodgers and such. But I like the Denver Broncos plus 100. It's a must win for them. It's a must win. It's a must win for the franchise.
I think it's a must win for both teams. I really do. I think if Green Bay wants to keep track with Detroit, they got to win this game. It's not a doubt. James thinks they're going to be 6-1, but give me Denver. Give me Denver.
Give me Denver as well. Okay, this will be the most exciting game of the week.
Arrowhead, baby.
Without a doubt, we fly into Arrowhead. Dog Sports got a box. We'll be sitting with Taylor Swift. We were invited personally by her. So Chargers and General Herbert, who I am very high on, we all know, even though he's lost me lots of money. General Herbert comes into Kansas City as a underdog, which he should be. 5.5 points they're giving Kansas City. Over under 48. I hope that line moves, because if this game is not an absolute shootout, the Chiefs are a fantastic football team, but at the end of the day, it's L'Jarius Sneed, and Chris Jones is fantastic, and we saw that the Chargers run game is non-existent at this point. So Chris Jones will have a field day. I do believe that. But Justin Herbert, I feel like, shows up against big teams and they'll have 28 points and Mahomes will win, 34-28, maybe even or 30, in overtime, and they will come out on top because Mahomes shows up. But why is it -5.5? What is that about?
Personally, I think that both quarterbacks play well. I'm kind of scared of the over-under. I don't want to touch it. But I do think the Chiefs have underachieved this year so far. I think they haven't played that well, to be honest with you. Look at how they played against the Jets.
So the Jets are superstars.
Give me the Chiefs first quarter spread -1.5.
Okay.
And give me the Chiefs full game spread -5.5. I think they need to come out, prove their dominance over the division, show that they're not done. Everybody's talking about the Bills, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Jags, the Ravens, the Browns. Where are the Chiefs? Where is Mahomes? No respect. He'll go out there. He'll prove it. Taylor Swift, I'm sure, will be there. She invited us.
We'll be there. Yep.
So I think it's the Chiefs. They may pull it out, the Chargers, when they play them again, but I do think this game is all Chiefs.
Great.
Yeah.
Out of Arrowhead, I can't see the Chiefs losing. They trade for a familiar weapon in McKill Hardman. That's another receiver that they've had in the past that can help out their offense. Their defense is not bad as long as Chris Jones is thriving in the position, but I think the Chiefs -5.5 is free.
I feel like the Jets didn't give Hardman. The Jets didn't give Hardman enough of a chance, or potentially maybe he's not that good, and everyone's
hard
good running home.
I agree.
If you had Aaron Rodgers, he would have been in the scheme 100%.
I think Zach Wilson really just trusts the tight ends and Garrett Wilson. I really think that's really it for him.
Well,
I think he only trusts the big bodies, and I think he trusts Garrett because Garrett will get into his face and freak out.
I agree.
Yeah,
But
I
if
like
Aaron Rodgers
it.
was there, Mecole Hardman would not be off the team. He was in the offense. They got him for a reason. He wanted more weapons. They wanted him at different spots. But with this guy, Antonio Gibson, coming up, he's another good rookie receiver. There's no need for the $4 million. I think he has a $4 million cap. There's no need to trade him away.
Xavier Gibson.
I think this is crazy, but I think the Chargers are going to come out slinging, and I truthfully think I'm going to take Chargers plus whatever their spread is for the first half. And then the Chiefs will come out and win, but 5.5 is just weird. Like it seems like a weird play. I hate it. Like why 5.5? It's a weird. You don't see 5.5 very often. Like I don't know. But hopefully we have a good. I think it's going to be a fantastic game. Both great
I can see it coming down to the last drive.
Yeah,
Chiefs up 7. Chiefs up 28-21, and Herbert's got to go down there and go in Arrowhead with the crowd going crazy. And maybe he does it, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he does it, maybe he doesn't. But I think that's the type of game it'll be.
I think, by the way, Keenan Allen fits into that category I was talking about earlier of receivers who might get underutilized a little bit. And it's weird because
he's being better utilized this year than years prior.
Yeah, and it's a trend that is going up. He is trending up, but it's like in the big moments, go to Keenan Allen. Design a play for Keenan Allen. Like it's the same thing with Diggs. It's the same thing with Jamar from afar. It's the same thing with Devontae. Like I think if they can get Keenan Allen his touches, they will put up a game. And I don't know. We'll see. But any James, you got any takes on this game? Or are we moving to the powerhouse Sunday? Sunday night?
I'll be real quick. I like the Chiefs minus 5.5. I'm not high on Herbert. I'm not high on Herbert. He doesn't do it for me. I think Mahomes is going to have a field day on the Chargers secondary. I think he's one of the few quarterbacks who's going to play very well under the pressure of Joey Bosa. I don't think he'll have any problem. He'll probably get 50 rushing yards. He'll probably throw for 275, 300, and they'll probably win by 17 points. I don't think the Chargers are really great. They have Josh Palmer and Keenan Allen. Eckler's good.
And your boy, Gerald Everett.
Herbert will probably take 7 sacks. And it's going to be a shit show. I think a lot of people are going to bet on the Chargers plus 5.5, actually. And I am not one of those people. So let's go into Monday Night Football. Dolphins.
No, Sunday night. Dolphins.
Give me the Eagles at home after shitting the bed against my New York Jets. They are going to rock Tua Tagovailoa and send him to sleep, probably send him out of the game into the blue tent. Give me their first half spread. Give me the full game spread. It is the freest thing of the week. I
love it. I think Philly -2 is – look, the only reason people are average, and I hate being so analytical, but the Dolphins put up 70 – the Dolphins putting up 70 points was the worst thing that could have happened to the public because now Vegas can just have a field day with that. Like, suckers are going to be taking – they scored 70 points and the Eagles couldn't even beat the Jets. The Jets are good, and I'm a Patriots fan. The Jets defense is good. Check out our Twitter page. You'll see the stats, buddy. Like there's no disgrace. Yeah, the Eagles should have won, but it's not a crazy thing to lose to the Jets. And the Dolphins put up 70 points and then got shithoused by the Bills. I was at the game. It was disappointing. Tyreek was sleeping. Like it was Waddle was sleeping. It was a disgraceful game. And Tua, while the Eagles secondary might not be at what it was last year, Miami's pass rush is no good. Like they're no good. And sure, Chubb is okay, but he's not the guy. And I think that Jalen Hurts, if you give Jalen Hurts time a second too long in the pocket, good night. hello, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith over the top. There's too many weapons for them to not, blow the doors off of this Miami trash poverty defense. Like, I don't know. And also, random note, Jalen Ramsey was practicing.
Great. I would love to see him out there.
He won't. No, he's not coming back for 3 weeks at minimum. Minimum 3 weeks. But like, even with Jalen Ramsey, let's pretend fantasy world, Jalen Ramsey, I still don't see how the Dolphins can beat an angry Philadelphia in Philadelphia. I mean, Philly -2, that line will move, and over 52, I'm not positive about, but I might take the under.
I don't even lean anything on that. I don't want to touch it. I just think it's first half, first quarter, third quarter, whatever quarter you could get. It's all Eagles. Tua doesn't like to come up north. I don't think he likes the cold. You saw what he did in Buffalo on a nice day.
Yeah.
It'll be a disgusting 45, 50-degree day where Jalen Hurts will probably run for 65 yards. Lane Johnson probably isn't playing, or he was hurt in the last game, which I guess will help the Dolphins, but I don't think it's going to help them at all. I don't think it really matters. I think that they're going to be inspired to win. The city of Philly is winning right now. Look at the baseball team. Like, I just don't see them hurting Philadelphia, and I think they win big. I really do.
I mean,
yeah,
I'm gonna have to.
I'm with you.
Go ahead, James.
Kyle, you go ahead. I'm with you though. I'm with you. I'm on Eagles -2, and I am leaning on the over 52. That's I think
it's a weird number. I think the over may be.
I think the Eagles might put up like 21 in the first half. Miami gets in 14, similar to the Bills game, and the Eagles kind of take off in the last 2 quarters there. But that's what I like. Like
Eagles will score 35 points.
And
the Eagles will score 35 points, no doubt.
Yeah, I agree. If you think the Eagles are going to score 35 points, it's all about the over. If the Eagles score 35, the over is free.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles are going to – the Dolphins' defense is not good. I mean, like the Eagles had a big game. They had a Jets. They lost to the Jets. It's a big wake-up call for the offensive line. He's getting all those sacks. Jalen Hurts needs to progress. This is a huge game for him. This is a must-win game for the team, Sunday Night Football. Dolphins defense is not good. They're going to be running all over him, passing all over him. I like the Eagles spread. I'm going to go with the Eagles spread here.
I'm all over the Eagles. I think that Devontae Smith over yards. This is one of my personal plays. Devontae Smith over yards has to hit. It just has to. I mean,
last week he got 28 yards last week.
Exactly.
Dropped the ball 3 or 4 times.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Like I love to hear it. Like, as a Patriots fan, I despise the Eagles. As a Patriots fan, I despise myself for being a Patriots fan as well, but I mostly despise the Eagles. And Devontae Smith, even though he is an Eagle and they are my least favorite team in the world behind the Cowboys, he's electric, and he's gonna have a touchdown. AJ Brown, I hope he has a touchdown, and Jalen Hurts will probably have a stupid tush push touchdown as well. And we'll see. We'll see. And I hope it's a good game, but I know that the Eagles will win, and it might look close for a second, but the Eagles are just, they're the team. They're the team right now. One of the teams right now, even though they lost to the Jets. Speaking of the team, Monday night, I know we weren't going to cover Monday night, but real quick, I mean, the Vikings are awful. The Vikings are awful. What do you guys think?
Are they?
The Vikings are awful. Is Jetta's playing? No, Jetta. I don't know.
Jetta's is done for 4, 5, 6 weeks.
Oh, okay. I don't know the situation on his injury because they're so awful. San Fran -7 against the Vikings. They lost to the Browns. I can't say anything. I thought Brock Purdy was the answer, and he showed weakness. He's still a great quarterback, but I think -7 should not be a problem if you want to alt it down to 6.5. they're 6, like sure, but I don't think -7 should be a problem against the Minnesota Trash Cans. Like they are no good.
I think their 2 best players on offense are out for the game.
Questionable. Okay. I've heard McCaffrey will be there.
Yeah, I talked to McCaffrey this morning. He called me.
McCaffrey was good.
Yeah, McCaffrey called me and said he'll probably be playing. So
I think the under is free. I think that Brock Purdy got a wake-up call. I think he's going to be a little rattled. I think they will win the game. Like, if the Vikings win the game, I would love to see it. I'm not going to bet on the Vikings, but
how can you root for Kirk Cousins?
Primetime games have been shitters this year. They've all been shitters. Like,
they're awful.
All of them. Like, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Kirk Cousins isn't going to be able to do well against that 49ers defense. It's going to eat him alive.
So the last time an over hit, the last time I can remember, and I'm sure I'm wrong, but an over hitting in a primetime game this year was, I think, when the Giants got their doors blown off. Like, I think that's the last time an over hit.
And that's why we love the over tomorrow night. We love the over tomorrow night.
We'll see. So you have it here. I think we've decided our team pick here at D.O.G Sports,
Rams.
Sponsored by Sato, is what did we say? Denver? Is that our team pick?
Or the Rams?
Rams. Rams -3. Yeah, we love Denver. We love Denver.
Rams. We love the Rams. We love the Eagles.
Yeah. Yep. I like 3 plays for the boys here. We love the Eagles.
Throw your life on
the Rams, and we love Denver.
Throw your life on. I mean, if you're gonna throw your life on one, it has to be the Rams. I mean, but throw your life on all of them. I mean, bet the mortgage. I will bet the mortgage on it. I don't even have a mortgage, but I'll bet one. I'll bet someone. I'll bet my mother's mortgage on it. But week 1 of our podcast, hopefully we can get some picks in. We'll be tweeting. Make sure you follow us. Send it to your friends. Background, we all went to college together at UB. I graduated. These 3 are still in college. They'll be graduating besides maybe Schmidt. We'll see about that. So hopefully you liked our stuff, and make sure to follow the page, and let's go Rams. Let's go Eagles. And it's all about Danger Russ this week. Bringing it back. Thanks for watching, folks.
See you next week.